multitrip.com. Switch to Ireland's favourite travel insurance provider, trusted by over 450,000 Irish and UK holidaymakers.
Yes,
multitrip.com.
Oh, beg your pardon. There's a lovely start to the day, all right. Plenty of sunshine about the place, but cloud will thicken this afternoon. Rain will develop by the evening. The winds are going to become fresh and gusty and southwesterly in direction. Temperatures, thankfully, a lot better than they were yesterday. We were looking at yesterday thinking that today would only reach about 8 or 9 degrees, but it looks as if those values will improve, and we're looking at 10 to about 11 degrees. Dublin's Q102 weather is with blueinsurance.ie. Avoid the hassle of shopping around for low-cost home insurance at blueinsurance.ie. Now,
we're pressing play on another feel-good marathon with Martin King.
The Dublin International Film Festival Critics Circle Award. People are still talking to me about her and her performance on Friday night, singing so beautifully and just being a very beautiful person. And I'm just delighted she won that award at the festival, because she's just a knockout in the film. And when you see it, which you should, I think you'll know why I'm giving her so much praise, because she deserves it. 2 men died in the last 24 hours, essentially, that would be of my generation and a lot of people listening's generation. One being Luke Perry he's from kind of 2 different programs, really, because you have Beverly Hills, 90210, as I used to call it, and he's also in the other program that the children are watching on Netflix a lot, which is called Riverdale. And in Riverdale, you know that it's kind of a freaky little program, but the kids love it. And so he's of course the dad in it. It's always slightly depressing when all the people who were heartthrobs when you were younger are now the dads. But such is life. Just get used to that. And he passed away at the age of 52 after suffering a stroke last week. So that's terribly sad. But there's a nice piece today just saying that all the people who started going online to talk about him, that is to say famous people and neighbours and whoever, have been saying the nicest thing about him and things about him, and saying he just was a really nice, kind of ego-free person. He used to pop into his elderly neighbour's house to help change the light bulbs. At one stage he was flying first class, fair enough, but there was back behind him, there were kids going bonkers, and he went back to help calm them down because he seemed to know how to. People recall him helping out in Nashville in Tennessee when there were floods in 2010. He said, great, I'll help out, and he was all hands on deck. In the video shop, he was the nicest customer they ever had. He said never one visit where he was anything but considerate. But just people seem to be one after another queuing up to say that he was a good egg, essentially, and was sorry to see him pass away. He mentioned the Taoiseach earlier on. He was also tweeting about the Prodigy because Keith Flint, who was the lead singer of the Prodigy, died, as you probably know by now. He was he's one of those people who looked full on, and I meet people all the time and when you were a kid you think, God, they look kind of crazy and kind of freaky and maybe a bit scary. As you get older, the scarier someone looks, and with that I'm talking about tattoos and the hair and all that, and the piercings, the more gentle they probably are. Strangely, it's the ones who aren't so crazy looking are the ones you can't trust. It's a strange thing. As you get older, you flip it, and the more normal someone looks, you go, what's wrong with you, you weirdo? But of course the Firestarter was the big thing, the first #1 single for them. And in the video you saw this Keith, because he's an old pal, in a disused railway tunnel, roaring, I'm the trouble starter, punking instigator. I feel like Marion now doing the lyrics on Saturday morning. And he goes, I'm the fear addicted, a danger illustrated. And he goes on, I'm the bitch you hated, felt infatuated, yeah, I'm the pain you tasted, fell intoxicated. And when Top of the Pops showed it, with these lyrics I've just read out, horrified parents who complained, and Radio 1 in the UK refused to play it. Questions were raised in Parliament amid claims it was encouraging arson. And then they had a song in 1997 called Smack My Bitch Up, which was later voted the most controversial track of all time and accused of inciting domestic violence. He explained, I went out with a girl once who was a bit la-di-da, and she was cool and grounded, but her mum one day opened the Guardian newspaper and there was a picture of me with green hair draped over a monitor dribbling. The headline was, What would you do if your daughter brought this home? Her parents hated me with a passion, he said. But apparently he was actually quite a nice fella, and he was all right behind all of that and all that shouting and roaring. And he ran a pub at one point, and he said, we've got an open fire and I've got about 60 quid in a pint pot on the mantelpiece.